I know early on in the piece this was maybe like 6 months earlier, when I had energy going through my head and I didn't know what's going on. And again, I looked up the internet and it was the first time I actually found the word like spiritual awakening and Kundalini awakening. I've never heard of
Wow.
that term before. So that was me. I quickly look, what happened? So did you go through something like that? What happened? Was there people you could talk to? Did you talk to your girlfriend about it? Or did you try to go back in that state again? Or was it you just let it pass and back to normal?
Yeah, so to be honest, I don't really remember because so many awakenings have happened since that point. I don't remember anything specifically happening right after that state in terms of the subsequent days. All I remember is that whenever I would think back to that moment, tears instantly would come. Like months later, just I couldn't even think about it. As soon as I think about it, even if I'm in public, tears down the face straight away.
Was it a very fake memory of what happened? A blurry memory? Or was it like still very, very clear?
I wouldn't say it's a memory, it's more of a state of being that you immediately start touching or rather merging into as soon as you kind of, I suppose, recall the energy of that experience was like. And because that love is so pure and so unconditional and so accepting. And that's actually incidentally what you realize the source of what God is. It's infinite goodness, beauty, and love. And so it's never judging you in any way, which is where a religion gets a lot wrong. It thinks that you have to do something to earn God's love or the source's love. But when you realize in that moment, you realize that in all your flaws, no matter what you've ever done in your life, you're still infinitely loved. There's nothing you can do to ever not be loved. It's extraordinary when you recognize that love, the power of it. So that brought me tears just recalling back to that. However, it did thrust me into the dark night of the soul, which I think is what you're referring to, where I had that experience, and if anything, coming back from that, the disparity between such a high and then my mundane life, which really hadn't changed. Like I still didn't really know my purpose. I still didn't really have any outer situational changes. I was still in the same job and I felt, but somehow there was something lit within me that gave me a deeper hope. But yes, I couldn't turn to anyone. I started having energy pouring out from all my chakras. I started walking around and kind of, for a moment there, my consciousness was quite high and I was starting to leave my body a little bit and like kind of having I had a lot of fear, like a lot of purging of all this fear I'd been holding on. I didn't know that this was actually a healthy sign of me processing layers of egoic emotional debris trapped within me, actually purging for my highest good. I was very concerned I was doing it wrong. I was in fear. I was going to attract something bad. It's very disorienting when you're integrating just how different your life can be when you're really kind of awakening into your soul's alignment. And of course, as you come into that, it's a joyful thing because you realize the reality is like an alive field of love and light. And as you integrate that and you come back into your soul's uniqueness and personality in a more integrated way,